Well, 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 I've done it again, haven't I? Ladies and gentlemen. My preparation here is never good, is it? Yeah. You think I'd learn by now? No, I'm a retard. Yes. Well, people, listen. I don't really do like. I don't like doing live that much now. I sometimes it's fun, but I'm still finding my mojo. If that makes sense, does it? Still finding my mojo with all these different types of bits and pieces that I've got now, and it's all over the place, and I look like an idiot. But anyway, thanks for joining me. There's been a lot happened today. Bloody thing, move that away. There's been a lot happened today, actually, already. And that is, first of all, that's annoying me. I need to put that down there. That's annoying me. But thank you. I just spoke to Debs a few minutes ago and I said, gonna go live at 6. Are you okay with that? Always make sure you look after people. Make sure they're happy with it. Yeah. The news is a nightmare, isn't it? And I don't like planning things anymore. You can get 6 of those in Lidl for about £1.98. Anyway, hi Carla, Zepper. Yeah, a lot of good people. Hi Mary, Mary. Quite and cheery. How did your garden grow? Sorry. Yeah. And I think my mother's watching actually, is she? Yeah. She just said to me there, I says, don't call me. Don't call me. Write it down so you don't forget. But there's been a lot happening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm starting to get, can I say it? Trevor, don't ever change. It's starting to get on my tits, if that makes sense. The amount of nonsense that's happening. I'm getting a few YouTubers send me messages asking for shout outs, and I don't mind doing it. But I did one the other day, if you probably remember. I did one for the old Power Tripper podcast, and you all gladly helped, and we got him over the 5,000. Mother says I didn't. I was lying. I apologize. But I you all helped me get him to over 5,000, and he's so grateful. So thank you. But I'm not going to give another one a shout out yet. I've been trying to get Matthew Mars into 20,000 subscribers for quite some time, but he does his own thing, and he's a good guy. So and he'll get there. There's a lot going on, isn't there, in the UK at the minute, with regards to the royal family, with regards to King Charles and our own Prime Minister and Rachel Thieves, Chancellor, and Keir Starmer, terrorist loving bastard. But I got annoyed about what's going on. There's a few things that I want to discuss here. One is about, honestly, fellow YouTubers. There's a lot of good YouTubers out there that I actually respect. I don't respect a lot of them. There's probably about 6 or 7 that I actually have a lot of time for. And the rest I just try to ignore, if I'm honest, even whenever they get in touch with me. Because YouTube can be quite heavy. Everyone's doing their own live streams. Everyone's doing things. I probably am. I'm probably just going to stick to about 3 or 4 channels. The ones that you sent me. You've sent me emails about 3 or 4 channels, and I'm probably going to stick to them. I'm not going to venture out anymore. There's certain channels I'll go on and have a chat with, and there's certain channels that don't even let me get a fucking word in, and I get annoyed about it. But it is what it is. You know, if you're going to invite someone on your channel, let them fucking speak. But I'm remaining calm. I'm behind the scenes. The ladies that are in that look after my channel know exactly that I've got a few things going on, which are positive. They're going on, but there's a lot of people at the minute, and I'm going to mention Charlie Kirk. Listen, what happened is atrocious. It's the most appalling thing can happen to a human being happened. I'm not going to praise that, endorse that, or even talk about it. The only thing that I've seen come from that, people, I need to skip your live event and going to the Turning Point USA. Go. That's more important. Go ahead. Go to the Charlie Kirk Memorial. Yep. That is important. And thanks. You didn't have to tell me that. But yeah, I appreciate it. But the one thing that I did notice is people's behavior online. I'm sure every one of us can actually agree that regardless what politics are, regardless
what your background, your creed, your religion is, no other human being should be murdered because you disagree with them. We can all agree with that. Hopefully we can agree with that. If we can't agree with that, then I don't fucking want you on my channel. I don't want you in the chat. I don't want you near my channel. I'd rather you went if you think it is okay to shoot somebody that you don't agree with. Now, what we have seen, ladies and gentlemen, is lots of people behaving atrociously. If you're out there and you're a teacher or a police officer or a colonel in the US Army and you've mocked the death of somebody, then the truth is you probably don't adhere with your company's policies. You certainly don't adhere with the Army's values and standards, respect for others, integrity, due diligence. You don't adhere to any of it. So regardless what you think of Charlie Kirk or what you don't think of Charlie Kirk, to publicly display that you're happy about that shows the world that you are not a nice person. You're not a nice person. Not if you go down that road. It's been horrific to see that. And lots of people on the flip side of this, ladies and gentlemen, I've actually watched lots of people put out bullshit on Instagram. Little videos saying, I've lost 500 followers because I like Charlie Kirk. I've lost 1,000 followers. I've lost 10. And what they're doing is they're playing on people's emotions. So everyone goes, well, let's follow that person. Let's go and follow that person then because they lost lots of people. And I think it's shit that because people are doing that as well. So whether you like or dislike Charlie Kirk, both sides are playing on his death. The haters are sort of laughing at it, and the ones that like them are exploiting it for followers, gains, and clicks. And it's a fucking disgrace. And I don't want any of them around me. I think it's been shocking how people have behaved. And if you only go on Instagram, I'm on it. I'm going to be honest with you. This has nothing to do with Charlie Kirk. I don't care. But on my Instagram, I went from 78,000 down to 63. I just did a whole block fucking get rid of people because I couldn't be bothered listening to the shit. And I lost about 10,000. But I chose that. I just got rid of them. I just couldn't be bothered with it. Yeah. But it's been shameful. People's behavior has been shameful. We've been able to see what type of people we want around us, what type of people we don't want around us. I mean, laughing at people, it's been horrific. And today's been a bit of a shit day because I've seen my own prime minister do something which I'm appalled at. And whether you like Palestine or not, I don't care. I really don't care if you support Israel or you support Palestine. I don't give a shit. It's you. It's your emotions. It's your opinions. Do what you want. Do what makes you happy. All right. But for a prime minister to endorse Palestine today, I wasn't surprised, but I am angry at it. And I'll tell you why, ladies and gentlemen. I'm from Northern Ireland. I grew up in the 70s and 80s, 90s in Northern Ireland. And I know what it's like to have a terrorist organization put pressure on the local population. You may not think so. God, she knows. Doesn't mean I'm lying, but God, she knows. Probably going to get in the fight in a minute. So I remember what it's like. I remember growing up. My mum's in the chat. My mum will endorse this, actually. I know what it's like to grow up that before you decide to go out for the day to shopping centres, your dad has to leave the house first and he goes out behind the children's backs and he gets down on his hands and knees and he checks below the car for a bomb. Whenever you pull up at Ard's shopping centre or you go into Belfast, your dad says, Joan, mind the kids a minute. I'm going to go for a walk. And he walks up to his old car and he gets down on his hands and knees and he checks for a bomb. When he goes to the hospital, he has to check in the car park below the car for a bomb. Imagine growing up in a time where your dad has to check below the car day and night to make sure that nobody's put a bomb below the car. So whenever people are saying they understand Palestine, I say fuck the lot of yous. Because see, whenever you have Hamas doing the same thing to the Palestinian people that the IRA and the PARA and the CARA did to the people of Northern Ireland, then you'll understand what it's like to grow up in a place where you can be killed at any time. So I don't understand people's perspective when they say fucking queers for Palestine or all this shit. It actually is quite hurtful to hear people say that they support this. Now, I don't care what party you support in the chat. I'm going to tell you facts. In Northern Ireland, it was the Labour Party under Tony Blair that signed a deal that released thousands of terrorists onto the street of Northern Ireland. Now, if you did not know, I will explain to you something that my dad told me a long time ago. My mum's fully aware of this, by the way, and hopefully it don't triggers things. But my dad told me that all the terrorists that got locked up in Maghaberry and the Crum and the other prisons in Northern Ireland, when they were in there serving life sentences, they're all out now. They all used taxpayers' money and they studied degrees, they studied politics, and they learnt how to beat the British system using British taxpayers' money. Most of them are now in politics. But that's what they did in prison. They learnt how to beat us. They learnt how to remove. So in the end, remember going back years ago, Margaret Thatcher said something like, we will never negotiate with terrorists. Do you remember she said that? Well, that's changed now. It seems that if you put enough bombs and enough guns and you kill enough people and you suppress your government enough, it will take a knee to you. We have proved that when Tony Blair let all the terrorists out of jail and granted them amnesty. Today in Northern Ireland, there's still veterans being dragged through the courts that were never given amnesty. It's funny how the British forces are the ones that are used as tools to remove evil, but cannot be granted amnesty, but the ones that blew people up at Enniskillen, the ones that killed a member of the royal family, Lord Mountbatten, the ones that tried to blow up the Prime Minister, the ones that killed people at Horse Guards Parade, all the horses as well, the ones that blew people up at Mazarine Barracks, the ones that planted over 700 bombs in Belfast city centre, killing thousands of innocent people, have been given amnesty. Now, today, with the Prime Minister saying he recognises Palestine, pissed me off, because what he's done is told Hamas, a terrorist organization which helped, supported, and backed the IRA for decades, has now been given a legitimate country. It's a sad state of affairs, actually. It's a sad state of affairs when terrorists are getting what they want by putting pressure on governments. Our Prime Minister is an utter disgrace for what he's done today. He has turned his back on Israel and said, we're going to back Hamas, because that's what he's done. It's shameful. That's my opinion. Rubicon. And if you would like to talk about what it's like to be harassed, I can go back to 1994. As a young man from Northern Ireland coming to England, I started my military training, my second phase, in a place called Strensall, Queen Elizabeth Barracks in Yorkshire, in York. And going down to the local town, a lot of the instructors did bouncers. For those of you will know in the chat, a lot of the instructors in ITB, Infantry Training Battalion Strensall, used to work as doormen on the clubs and the bars downtown. But if it was a civilian on the door, you would not believe the amount of time a couple of Royal Irish soldiers, Northern Ireland accent, the amount of times I was stopped and searched on the spot and put my hands against the wall because they thought I was a terrorist in a garrison town near a barracks. You wouldn't get away with that now, would they? Got away with it back then. You could talk to people from Northern Ireland like they were shit. It wasn't a nice time to be in England, if I'm honest. It really wasn't. Yeah. Oh, my uncle's. My Uncle Andrew's in. Yeah, it wasn't a nice time. So, as I was saying, regardless what party you support, to recognize Palestine, I understand. It's a bit like Palestine and Northern Ireland, whether you like it or not. Northern Ireland had the IRA, which bombed its way to freedom. And Palestine has Hamas doing the same thing. So it's shameful the way terrorists seem to be able to. I grew up with a thing saying that good will always overcome. It's bollocks. There's not enough people. There's not enough people willing to put their neck on the line to shut evil down, and that's why evil's winning. Most of the evil today is in it's politicians, in my opinion, and it's not a specific party. I actually don't trust any politicians at the minute. I had a chat with Lily today about Nigel Farage, and the truth is, I don't trust him. I joined Reform about a year ago out of the buzz of joining Reform. You know, 2 fingers up the Tories, 2 fingers up the Labour. But I'm doubting it now. I mean, I haven't cut up my membership yet, but I'm probably going to in the coming days, if I'm honest, because I don't see Reform doing. They keep doing U-turns. I mean, I spoke to a lady today that told me about up in Runcorn, Sarah Puckin. I mean, there was an ordinary person up in Runcorn, an ordinary person from the streets that people knew running for that position. And I hear that Reform parachuted Sarah Puckin in, parachuted her in. Some snobby woman that fancied Nigel Farage got the job. So I don't look at that now as a good thing. And I had a lovely chat with her today, and it's quite strange how Reform are removing ordinary people from communities and placing in people that they want to put in. So they're actually not getting the right people in. So I don't trust Nigel Farage. Don't trust Keir. Don't trust Kemi. I think politicians are all corrupt in their own way. The one thing that I'd like to see removed is expenses, because they don't seem to need wages, do they? They don't need wages, do they? What did Andrew say? Hope you're going to pop in for a Guinness when you pop the York. I'll speak to you shortly about that. Actually, yeah. I don't understand expenses. Now, I'm not an idiot. So basically, you need expenses for office supplies, maybe for your constituency. But we need to look at this properly. I mean, how do politicians claim their clothing, their haircuts, their suits, their food, their breakfast, their lunch, their dinner, their transport, their fuel? What the fuck's the point in having wages? I mean, I imagine being in the army and go, what? You want me to shave? I want to claim for my razors. You want me to wash? I want to do a haircut? Claim. Imagine walking into the pay office every week, every month, and handing all your receipts. That's for my toothpaste because you said I have to brush my teeth. That's laces. You said this is for my shoes, my boot. It's just ridiculous. They take the piss. This is why they can buy. This is why you have your woman Raina that can buy 3 houses. I mean, who would have thought that you can get a job as a MP on 93 grand a year, and then you become the housing minister and get another 62 grand a year, and then be the deputy prime minister and get another 53,000 a year? Next thing you know, you're on like fucking 200 grand a year, and you're like, no wonder you can buy 3 houses. It just takes the piss. I've said it from day one, and I'll say it today. There's nothing stopping the government from purchasing a Premier Inn in London, sticking on security from the Met Police on the doors, having it secure, and let the fuckers stay in there. And they can go to little fucking cookhouse in the Premier Inn. It'll save them a fortune. It'll save the taxpayers millions. Shocking, isn't it? But that's what they do. That's what they do. Yes, Andrew, I've been invited 18th of October to York for a remembrance service. Yeah, I'll speak to you about that later anyway. And by the way, thank you to everyone that's joined the channel. I do appreciate it. We had 174,000 subscribers today, so I was really chuffed about that. So thank you. And I was looking at this. Showed this to my mum last night. So basically, I'm my Uncle Andrew's in, so that's good. So there's a place whenever I was home in Belfast that I would go to have a meal dinner with my mother and father. And it was beautiful. It's called the Crawfordsburn Inn. Very expensive, but nice. So when I went home for my 49th birthday last year, what happened last year, my 49th birthday, was great. V Goddess, is there something happening in the chat there? So Hoppity trip. No, I've never been at 184. Never, unfortunately. Can't wait to get there though. So basically, the place I used to go to with my parents was called the Crawfordsburn Inn. So when I was home on my 49th birthday, which was a surprise because Sebastian's mum and Gwen chipped in and they decided to pay for me to go across and all, and I was really chuffed. So that's what we did. And my dad says, right, get your glad drags on. We're going to Crawfordsburn Inn for a slap up meal, as he said. And we went there. So there was me, my son, Sebastian's mum, Gwen, my mum and dad, and we went to Crawfordsburn Inn. And it was nice. However, my dad's like, whatever you want. So we all had starters. It was nice. I had a beer. Might have had a Tops, Shandy Tops or something, or a beer. It was something anyway. Or a Guinness. And I shared a Guinness with my dad. We both had a Guinness. Now, the girls wanted like a white wine. They didn't have any white wine available. That's what they do in these restaurants. But they had champagne available. And it wasn't the dearest bottle, but it was a dear enough bottle. Anyway, and they had 2 bottles of that. When the bill came at the end of the night, my dad got his glasses on. He was going, oof. Do we get to keep the cutlery? Do we get to keep? I'm taking that glass. I'm not leaving that glass here. We get to keep the cutlery. And it was expensive. And the bill came to about it was about £380, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen. And I said, Dad, I'll get it. No, you'll get it. It's your birthday. So I made, so it stuck with me. Big bill. So April just gone was my 50th birthday. Anyway, I'm home. There was me. Who was it? Me, Gwen, my mum and dad went to Crawfordsburn. Same again. And we just went, and the bill came. And my dad went, give me it. And I was like, no, you got the last one. And then he started arguing. He said, but it's your birthday. I don't care. You got the last one. I'm treating you. So I'm really pleased that, that was the last sort of big meal we had together. But back to the original story. A couple of days before he died, he sent me this, him and my mum. Look at this. That's the Crawfordsburn Inn. See it? He sent me this across to remember our trips there. It's hand painted. It's lovely, isn't it? Crawfordsburn Inn. If you get a good look at it there. Nice, isn't it? Handmade and painted in Northern Ireland by Ardlow Crafts. So I haven't put that up yet. I just keep it here. Nice, isn't it? That was a long story about a hand painting, wasn't it? There we go, anyway. Yeah, very nice. So we spoke about Keir Starmer, Palestine, Northern Ireland. What about the ginger prick Harry? Eh? What about him donating £1.1 million of his own money, allegedly, to children in need, trying to buy sympathy from the public? Oh, Harry's a nice guy. Forget about destroying the royal family and shitting all over veterans and making up books and lying about and had an extra sausage. He's given £1 million to children in need. Let's forget all the shit that he's caused and let's embrace him. He can fuck off. My opinion, anyway. I'm allowed it. Yeah. Shameful, innit? Shameful behavior. Imagine trying to buy that. Now, I spoke to a lady today, a wonderful lady, and she said to me, she wouldn't be surprised if Harry got that money from his dad. Daddy, I'm skint, but I want to do something really nice for the public. I'll give you some money. I'm going to give it away. Yeah. And then last night, where was he last night? On the stage with a microphone again. Hi, everyone. No, I'm starting like Cliff Richard, don't I? Cliff Richard. Hi, everyone. Well, so what did he do last night? He's on the stage. I know this is to raise money for first responders for Kevin Costner, but Megan's here. Everyone clap for Megan. Megan, tell the people what they want to hear. You're all wonderful. You think first responders have it bad? Well, I know what it's like to be suppressed. Fuck off. Fuck off. It makes me sick. Yeah. Makes me sick, ladies and gentlemen. Makes me sick. So what's happening in the chat? I think he pledged it. Yeah, the Amber Heard pledged. The Amber Heard pledge. That's always in it. Stevie 64464 is in. Good to see him in. Mrs. VJJ, Leah, Deborah. Oh, the Galloway rider. Did Harry pay his legal fees for the security? I don't even know. Probably not. Probably not. Yeah. They put out shit. McLean's in. Good to see her. Big headline, Daily Mail. Harry will never be allowed to be half in, half out. He's a half wit, not half in, half out. He's a half. Harry's an idiot. He'll always be an idiot. He'll always be the family mong. Am I allowed to say that word? Sorry, YouTube. He's a nitwit. Yeah. Remembering Charlie Kirk today? Yes, Rhea. Yep. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. The whole Charlie Kirk thing. When I watched it, thanks to a lot of you, fuck's sake, I'm being funny, but a lot of people sent me videos of what happened from different angles, and it really fucking upset me, if I'm honest, because I got to see things that I didn't think I would see ever again. It's just, and it triggered me a little bit, if I'm honest. Trevor, has your subscriber counter dropped a bit? No, it's at the highest it's ever been. It's at the highest it's ever been. Actually, I had 174,000 today. It's the highest it's ever been, but thank you. Yeah, so I got a little bit annoyed looking at the videos you sent me, because whenever you send someone videos, clearly I'm going to have a look at them, and it actually physically upset me to see the stuff that I've seen, and I didn't want to see it, and I don't want to get emotional. But you shouldn't be. Listen, people, you shouldn't be sharing shit like that on the internet. If someone sends you it, hit delete. But you shouldn't be sharing that type of thing. It's not nice to see that type of a death, and it's not nice for people to share it. I found it rather upsetting, if I'm honest. Just fixing this. Yeah, I found it rather upsetting. It wasn't a nice thing to look at. Yeah. Yeah. If you are going to send something like that across the internet, make sure you put on it, traumatic viewing or something. You just send it as a fucking video. It's not good. When you're sent to a vet and it's already seen that type of shit in real life, it's not nice to see. But I'm trying to put Charlie Kirk out of my head because I want to, if that makes sense. So there we go. Yeah, I got enough videos. I'm dealing with enough videos. I've had to, and that's why I bought a printer. You can't see it now, but I had to buy myself a printer. I was getting sent that much different stuff from people online that I actually just sent it all from my phone, and I sent it all to the printer, and I printed it all off. And I handed it in to the police. Not Charlie Kirk stuff. I mean, stuff from previous. I want to keep that right. Keep that right, ladies and gentlemen. And I've been that sort of. I've had that many things happen lately, ladies and gentlemen, that I went and. This sounds awful saying this. I'm in a good place. But there was that many things happen in my life recently that I went and planned my own funeral. I had it all. I got my funeral plan scheduled here and what I want to happen. And it's not stupid to plan things. So you have to have it done. You have to put something in place, ladies and gentlemen. An over 50 funeral plan is what needs to happen. And if you're over 50, I'm sure you'll understand that you can't expect your loved ones to go through all this shit if you haven't put it together. You need to sort your own shit out. Don't leave it for family that loves you to do it. It's hard work. I know that. Yeah. The TV arts keep spamming the whole. Are you thinking? Are you thinking of dancing? No. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. London Love Loves. I can't watch the actual event. I don't want to watch it.
I wish everyone the best. Hope it goes through smoothly today. Hi, Craig. But it's not something I don't like watching things like that. We shouldn't. So what else is happening in the UK? There's loads going down, actually, isn't there? Loads of shit's happening, isn't it? The mainstream media, though, United Kingdom thing. The United Kingdom march. I mean, that went off peacefully. I cannot believe that the Metropolitan Police put out videos of riots and tried to say it was United Kingdom march when it wasn't. It was marches from previous years, and they put it out to say it happened in London. I found it shameful the way they behaved. Shameful. Feels like Grim Reaper standing over us. Yeah, I get that. Yeah. But it's all good, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, I think as I move forward, I'll just try and build the channel. I've been as you can see from my videos over the last 4 or 5 days, I've done about 20 videos, different topics, getting things out, trying to change things. I'm just keeping my mind occupied. I think I was going through a little bit of a dip there. I think I was going through a little bit of dip there mentally, and I decided to sort of fix it by just throwing different topics out, Doesn't fix anything. It just keeps your mind occupied, doesn't it? Good to see Fiona in. Rick's in as well. Yeah. I was seeing there yesterday that Annabelle's friend, she had a heart attack. She's a psychic. Now, do you know what? Do you know, Rick, don't have a go, right? But I'm not laughing at a heart attack, but I'm thinking, did she not see this coming? I mean, don't tell Annabelle that, Jesus. But you know what I mean? Don't have a go at me. I'm just saying. You got to have fun. You got to keep using humor, don't you? You got to. Thanks, Carla. Thanks for getting it. You've got to use humor to get through the most darkest of times. Yeah. Got to, don't you? Every moment you get yourself a dog, all those. Yeah, I know I do, don't I? Standard response. You see, Rick gets it. Rick is down to earth. Yeah. You've got to use humor to get through dark times, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't use humor and you take everything serious, then you're going to be stressed and probably have a heart attack. No, fuck's sake. You know what I mean? I had a haircut 2 days ago, Turkish barber, but I'm going. The back of my head doesn't look good. He told me I was shaving wrong, by the way. You shave wrong. I'm not going to do accents. I'll end up getting cancelled like Jim Davison. No, but you shave wrong. And I'm like, what? What do you mean I'm shaving wrong? No, too low. No shave. Come back. It should go here. I'm like, what? He actually berated me in front of other customers. You don't know how I shave. I don't even know if that's how he spoke. It sounded like it. He wasn't from Bahamas. I'm just saying. He told me off. Told me I'd been shaving wrong. I'm like, what are you, 25? I'm 50, you fucking prick. What do you mean I'm shaving wrong? Anyway, there we go. And then he got the number 2 out. Took most of it away. I was fuming. Anyway, there we go. Hi, Chair Fiona. Have a good day. Julie's in. Good to see Julie. Squatch Girl. Wanda Loves, Ria, Deborah, Hobbity. Still look like a Pantene or Jill. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much for that. Yes. Need to sort my hair out. Yeah. Had my mother in my bedroom the other day on a video chat, and she picked out a coat for me and a suit for me to wear at a certain remembrance thing. So yeah, I can't get rid of that. It's a red mark. It's been there fucking since a year dot. Look at it. Can't get rid of it. It always looks shit. I'll have to start wearing makeup. What, I thought you had a haircut? Well, thank you.
Thank you very much, Muggle One. Good to see you in the chat. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Steve then. St. Elmo's Fire, congratulations. Thank you very much. Don't know what for, but I appreciate it. Nonetheless. Get a different barber, Trevor. A good barber doesn't insult his client. Just saying. I know. I was like, what? Yeah. Well, let's be honest, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, being told off by the barber is the very least of the insults I've had over the years, isn't it? You should have seen the policeman's face the other night when he was going through the paper I gave him. He's going, so. It says here you killed someone in Norfolk. Apparently so. And you killed someone in London? Apparently so. Wow. Yeah. Mia, you are the next James Bond. Yeah. Oh, Politano, yeah, thank you very much. It was great. It's always great, isn't it? I mean, it's always wonderful when people subscribe to your channel. It shows that, that they like watching the stuff you produce. I'm not the best YouTuber out there, ladies and gentlemen. There's YouTubers in the chat here that are better than me. I just have a gift of the gab. I'm a gobshite. But I never claimed to be a YouTube expert. I still don't know how to edit. There we go. I still don't. I've got this coin here. It's a special coin. It's for a special boy. No, don't. Comes with territory. Thank you very much. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? You do quite well. This is a coin. I'm not going to harp on about it. Will I even talk about it? Shouldn't. I'll ignore it then. This is a £5 coin. It's on the back of that. Elizabeth Regina. Anyway, this is a special coin. Hello, Mike D. When I was in the White House in 2008, March the 17th, St. Patrick's Day 2008, when I had a little chat with the president, he gave me this. He gave me this coin. It's worth about £5,000 now, believe it or not. I did price it. Yeah, it's worth about £5,000, that coin. Not bad for a coin, is it? There is copies online, but they're not the same. Anyway, gonna need a display box or something. Steve, I've just always put it in my pocket. If you're in the chat and you're American, you'll understand this. So in the US, whether you're in the fire department, the police, you're in a government job, you're in an army, different battalions, different units, different regiments, different services, there's different coins. You can get a commandant's coin, a colonel's coin, a vice president's coin, a chief of staff coin. You can get all different coins. So when you're in a bar in the US and you're with other people and someone gets out their coin and flicks it up and brings it down and they ask you to compete with them if you've got a coin, and I get mine out and I would flick it up and it would come down, and then they would get their coin and they'd put it on the bar and they would go, vice president, beat that, and I'd go, president. I win. So they have to buy the beers. That's a fact. My grandfather was Brigadier General in the Army, Pacific World War II. Wow. I don't have coin stands, Rhonda. I don't. I've got different coins upstairs. I've got several different coins, but I don't really. Yeah. I suppose. Everything I have goes to Sebastian anyway. So, coins and medals and stuff like that, clearly, but yeah. The UK started to bring out coins now in the UK. Different colonels do coins as well. I think CGS has a coin, and different units have coins now. You see them. Yeah, that is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. That is what it is. Right. I suppose I should shoot on and leave you to it. Hope you have a wonderful evening. Force, so I like support event. Ah, thank you, St. Elmo's Fire. And you're right. Lofty Morgans, Elmo's, hats off to all you. What did Leah say? It was beautiful state visit. Ah, the state visit was awesome. It really was. And you know what? We laid everything out for the president, and so we should. And I don't care what your politics are. I don't care what your politics are. He's the president of the United States, and he deserves a state visit. It's a bit like when our royals go over there, they're looked after. I think it was stunning. It really was. And it's about time, because it seems now we're losing tradition quite a lot, the way we behave by the mainstream media. No one calls him the president anymore. The president was in the UK. Now it's Trump this, Trump that. You know, it's not good the way we behave. And it's down to the mainstream media, the way they behave as well. They behave shockingly towards anyone. Need to bring back traditions, fix things. Well, listen, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for helping me get to 174,000 wonderful people in this community. It's been, I mean, I'm over the moon with it. It really is. We just keep moving forward. Yeah. Next stop, 175. And we keep going till we get to 200. It'd be amazing. Just never deviate off your path. Always be transparent. Don't try and change your character to suit other people. And call out people that are arseholes. Anyway, listen, thank you. Thanks to everyone. Take care. If you haven't subscribed, why not? It's free. Take care, everyone.